Tonight, it is imagined that the National Youth Service has not accounted for 17.5 billion shillings spent in 2 financial years between 2014 and 2015 and 2015 and 2016, and that the Auditor General's Office has been frustrated in its efforts to audit these accounts. Now, the Department of Public Service and Youth says the relevant documents are in the custody of investigating agencies. We'll be having that story in a few moments here on Friday Briefing. But before that happens, this is a moment to act decisively on the war against corruption. Now, this is the message a section of political leaders are sending to President Uhuru Kenyatta as war against corruption gains momentum. Now, the leaders, who include Baringo Senator Gideon Moi, want the Ministry of Agriculture to come clean and explain how money meant for farmers ended up in the hands of cartels and rogue businessmen.
Investigations by parliamentary committees and EACC continue with regard to the latest 5 mega scandals in NYS, Kenya Pipeline, NCPB, Kenya Power, and even the Youth Enterprise Fund. A section of political leaders are now demanding that the hour has come for the president to act. Concerning the NCPB saga, Baringo Senator Gideon Moi says, and I quote, "Now that reports confirming our fears have been tabled in parliamentary committees, I'm calling on President Uhuru Kenyatta to crack the whip on all those who are culpable." End of quote. He added that this was the only way that can restore faith to the common Kenyan and also ensure that corruption does not derail the government's Big Four agenda. In a statement, Senator Moi said even as investigations are being carried out, the president should ensure that his government sorts out genuine farmers by releasing their payments. Elsewhere, speaking in Kisii, Deputy President William Ruto called out the Agriculture Ministry.
And I want to tell the Ministry of Agriculture, don't tell us about money not being lost. We want to know how money meant for farmers ended up with the traders, businessmen, and cartels.
He said the government will not spare anyone involved in the NCPB scandal.
Any trader or business person who sold maize to NCPB and lied that they are farmers, they must be brought to book. They must answer.
And at Parliament, a section of Jubilee members of Parliament echoed the sentiments.
I think at this moment the president should take charge and ensure kwamba yule mtu ambaye amehusika na ufisadi yeyote awekwe ndani.
I think it is not going to be business as usual because as you can tell, Kenyans are angry. Everyone is angry.
Zaidi ya wale watu wengi ambao sasa wamelipwa na National Cereals and Produce Board, wengi wao hawakupeleka mahindi yao kwa National Cereals and Produce Board.
If you stole alone. If you ate, you will pay the costs alone. And that should be very clear.
A section of opposition leaders also came out to condemn the emerging graft cases.
Clear in our minds that the buck stops with the president of this republic.
As investigations continue in the latest corruption allegations in the country, all eyes are trained on President Uhuru Kenyatta's new man in the office of the DPP, Nurdin Harji. Will he be the silver bullet that will finally slay the dragon? Dan Kanhemba, KTN News, Parliament.